Good morning, Pelham Road. Hope you're having a good day. If not, let's make it better from here on out. Reminder, we do have an Instagram account. Lynn Flake runs that for us. You can see lots of pictures of memories of our time together, also some inspiration and some current photos as well. Scripture was written at least 2,000 up to 4,000 years ago. So you can imagine how language and customs and information has evolved in that length of time. I mean, imagine what has changed in just 50 years, the last 50 years. So you can suppose that in 4,000 years, the people's understanding about God was evolving. So in the real old days, people believed gods were regional. So Israel, initial understanding of their God was that he was some sort of tribal deity like the Edomites had, like the Amorites had. He cared for Israel, but no one else. And their scripture reflects that. Here's a couple of passages. This one's from Numbers. They did battle against the Midianites, as the Lord had commanded, and they killed every male. All right. In their way of seeing it, at that time, God was on their side, helping them kill folks. And here's another one from Joshua. So the people shouted, and the trumpets were blown. As soon as the people heard the sound of the trumpets, they raised a great shout, and the wall fell down flat. So the people charged straight ahead into the city and captured it. Then they devoted to destruction by the edge of the sword all in the city, both men, women, young, old, oxen, sheep, and donkeys. That's Joshua 6. Well, as time passed, a new perspective emerged, that maybe God was not this warrior God that they thought he was. Israel's comfort and victory gave way to the idea that Israel was responsible. We have this in the New Testament. To whom much is given, much is expected. Further, justice and mercy needed to be replaced in the ritual religion that had taken hold. They didn't have room for mercy and justice. They had developed this very ritual religion, and it was strangling them. So here's a passage that happened years later, much later, and this is how their idea of God was evolving. With what shall I come before the Lord and bow myself before God on high? Shall I come before him with burnt offerings, with calves? Will the Lord be pleased with thousands of rams or with 10,000 rivers of oil? Shall I give my firstborn for my transgressions, the fruit of my body for the sin of my soul? He has told you, mortal, what is good. And what does the Lord require of you? But to do justice, and to love kindness, and to walk humbly with God. Now, the priestly role justifies itself by having to do the rituals and the sacrifice. And bear in mind, I speak as one of the priests, okay? We guarantee our jobs by having duties that require our special gifts. Not just anybody can make a sacrifice. Now everybody can butcher an animal, but a sacrifice, now that's different. We let us do that. We got to do that. But God seems terribly troubled by what religion has become. All this ritual and no justice. All sacrifice and no humility. So the later prophets, which Micah is one, spoke powerfully to moving Judaism back to love and humility, and away from the ritual religion it had become, and away from believing that their God was this warrior God. Now, for myself, I have found that sometimes to get a fresh perspective on love, humility, and justice, the last thing I need is more organized religion. Instead, I'm going to invite you to watch Sister Act. I know Some of you never seen it or heard of it. It's 25 years old. The kids have never seen it either, probably. But Sister Act is sort of a reminder. It's a reminder of this faith and that it should be about justice and kindness and humility. I believe you can still find it on Amazon. And if not on Amazon, I'm really sure you can find it on Disney Plus. Have a great day. Bye now.